Hey there, cat lovers. Before we dive in, I want you to take a moment and think about your furry friend right now. Are they curled up nearby, or maybe sitting on your lap as you watch this? Cats are curious, loving, and sometimes a little mysterious, but that also means they can get into trouble before you even notice. Today, we're going to talk about something so common, so harmless in most homes, yet so dangerous for your cat that it could silently damage their body without you ever realizing it. I promise what you learn in the next few minutes could literally save your cat's life. Stick with me because this is one of the most important things a cat owner can know. Story 1: Xylitol. Let's start. Imagine a quiet Sunday morning. Sunlight drifting through the curtains. A woman named Eliza is baking cookies, humming softly to herself while her cat, Miso, watches from the windowsill. The warm smell of vanilla fills the kitchen. Eliza pulls the tray out of the oven, breaks off a tiny crumb, smiles and says, "Just a little taste, Miso." She drops the warm crumb into Miso's bowl without thinking twice. It's so small, barely anything. A harmless bit of sweetness, she thinks. 5 minutes later, Miso sways on her feet. Her legs tremble. She collapses. Eliza panics, scooping her up and rushing toward the car with shaking hands, heart pounding, pleading for her cat to stay awake. At the emergency clinic, the vet asks only one question. Did she eat anything containing xylitol? Eliza whispers the only thing she gave her, a crumb. The vet closes his eyes because with this one food, even a microscopic amount can destroy a cat's system in minutes. The kind of collapse that happens before most owners even realize anything is wrong. And that's where this story begins. Because too many people don't know that xylitol is the one food you should never give your cat. Not even once. Not even in the tiniest amount. Story 2: Peanut butter. It always starts with something innocent. A man named Jordan is trying to give his cat Kiki a pill. Like many owners, he hides the pill inside a blob of peanut butter. But he recently switched to a healthier peanut butter, the sugar-free kind. He doesn't notice the ingredient on the back label. He gives Kiki the pill, pats her head, and thinks he did a good job. 30 minutes later, she becomes weak. Her breathing slows. Her head droops as if she suddenly forgot how to hold it up. Jordan thinks she's choking on the pill. But when he arrives at the vet, the truth hits instantly. Cats don't need a lot of xylitol to collapse. This sweetener is so toxic to them that it can cause their blood sugar to crash so violently their brain runs out of fuel. Jordan stands there replaying the moment he bought that healthy peanut butter, wishing he had read that tiny line. The line that almost cost him his cat's life. Story 3: Xylitol. Another mistake happens in a bathroom, with a girl named Marina and her cat Pumpkin. She brushes Pumpkin's teeth every week for TikTok, using a gentle pet-safe toothpaste. Pumpkin loves the routine, the attention, the soft brush. But one morning Marina runs out of pet toothpaste, so she uses a tiny drop of her own mint toothpaste. Just once, just a little. Pumpkin even licks the mint foam, thinking it's a treat. 20 minutes later, Pumpkin is drooling uncontrollably, eyes wide and unfocused, paws trembling. Marina rushes her to the vet. When she tells them the brand of toothpaste, the nurse stops writing. Human toothpastes often contain xylitol. That small drop was enough to send Pumpkin into crisis. And Marina spends hours in the waiting room, fighting tears, replaying the moment she thought, just once won't hurt. Story 4: Muffin. Then there's Raphael and Lena, a couple trying to be healthy. They bake sugar-free muffins, proud of themselves for sticking to their diet. Their cat Coco loves watching them bake, perched on her usual spot at the table. When they leave the muffins to cool, Coco leans forward and licks the top of one. A single lick. Hours later, she trembles and refuses to stand. They rush her to the clinic, thinking maybe it was chocolate or maybe a raisin. But the vet tells them it was neither. The danger wasn't in the chocolate chips. It was in the ingredient they used to replace the sugar. The silent ingredient they chose in the name of health. Xylitol. And the moment they learn this, their hearts sink. A tiny lick from a healthy muffin almost ended their cat's life. Story 5 Gummy Vitamin. And then there's Luna. Quiet day at home. A bottle of gummy vitamins, the kind for kids, falls off a shelf and pops open as it hits the tile. Colorful gummies scatter across the floor like candy. Luna pats at one, sniffs it, licks it once. No one sees. Hours later, she's vomiting, her gums pale, heartbeat irregular. At the clinic, the vet explains that many chewable vitamins, especially sugar-free ones, contain xylitol. The vitamins humans take to stay healthy can destroy a cat's organs with just a taste. It feels like a cruel joke. The so-called healthy products often hide the most dangerous ingredient of all. Story 6 Brownie. During the holidays, the danger multiplies. A family is celebrating Christmas, the whole house smelling like cinnamon and pine. Aunt Lisa brings sugar-free brownies. Everyone laughs and opens gifts while their cat Milo watches from the corner. He steps forward and takes a tiny bite from a brownie on the coffee table. Hours later, Milo collapses by the fireplace. The emergency vet has seen it too many times. Sugar-free holiday baked goods almost always contain xylitol. The family stands there in shock, realizing they left the dessert plate exactly at Milo's height. Milo survives, but Christmas will never feel the same. The warmth of the holiday season turned into a night of fear, all because they trusted the word sugar-free without knowing what it truly meant. Story 7 Pain Drug. Cats get into everything. A cat named Saffron gets into her owner's purse, bites into a chewable pain tablet. Just one. She only cracks the coating, not even swallowing the tablet. Minutes later, she's stumbling, eyes unfocused. When her owner calls the vet and says the brand name, the vet immediately interrupts. Bring her in now. That pain tablet contains xylitol. A tiny amount hidden inside the coating was enough to throw her body into crisis. By the time they arrive, Saffron is barely conscious. The vet warns that even the coating alone is enough to poison a cat. Story 8 Syrup. Hazel's story starts with a Sunday breakfast. Pancakes, warm butter, fruit, laughter. Someone accidentally spills a small puddle of sugar-free syrup on the counter. No one wipes it up. Hazel jumps onto the counter and licks it once. One lick. Diet syrups often contain concentrated amounts of xylitol, sometimes more than gum. By the time Hazel reaches the clinic, she's in hypoglycemic shock. Her owners stare at the bottle afterward, whispering, "How is this even allowed?" The truth is simple. It's safe for humans. It's deadly for cats. And companies have no obligation to warn pet owners about it. Story 9 Smoothie. And then there's a man named Elias. He blends a smoothie every morning. Banana, spinach, protein powder, and a squeeze of low-calorie sweet syrup. His cat Nimbus always sits next to the blender, fascinated by the noise. One morning, Elias pours the smoothie and walks away, leaving a tiny puddle on the counter. Nimbus licks it. 40 minutes later, he's twitching, disoriented, eyes unfocused. By the time they arrive at the vet, Nimbus is in liver failure. The sweet syrup Elias believed made him healthier became the very thing that nearly ended his cat's life. Story 10 Gum. And finally, there is Clover, the fighter. Clover gets into her owner's gym bag, finds a pack of sugar-free gum, and bites into one piece. Not even the whole piece. When her owner finds her, Clover is limp, cold, barely breathing. They rush her to the ER. Clover is placed on an 4-drip, glucose, liver protectants, warming blankets. The vet warns them it will be hour by hour. Clover fights through the night. When morning comes, she lifts her head. She survives. But the vet holds up the gum package and says the sentence that defines this entire video. This one piece contains enough xylitol to kill a 5-kilogram cat. Clover's owner never buys sugar-free gum again. All of these stories share the same horrifying truth. Xylitol is the one food, the one ingredient your cat must never consume. Not a crumb, not a drop, not even the residue on your finger. It hides in peanut butter. It hides in candies. It hides in baking mixes, in syrups, in gum, in breath mints, in medication coatings, in toothpaste, in mouthwash, in vitamins, in protein bars, in so many everyday products people never think twice about. And that's what makes it so dangerous. Cats don't understand labels. They trust the people around them to protect them. They trust you to notice the things they can't see. If you're a cat parent, the rule is painfully simple. If you don't know the ingredients, don't let your cat taste it. Don't assume healthy means safe. Don't assume small means harmless. Every time you share a human treat, check the label. Look for one word, xylitol, because this is the one food, the one ingredient that should never touch your cat's tongue, not even once. Your cat trusts you with their life, and sometimes protecting them means knowing the dangers hiding in plain sight.